Welcome to the Brolay Podcast, where sports and life collide. My name's Mike, and I'm here with my boys, Tony, Dennis, and Jacob. How we feeling, fellas?
I'm feeling amazing.
I'm excited. Can't wait. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Today, we're diving into college football realignment. We'll talk some NFL with pending trades and some contract holdouts, as well as what's going on currently in our lives that has absolutely nothing to do with sports.
Nothing at all.
You guys are going to want to stick around because later on we're going to drop our official Brolay parlay later on, so you won't want to miss that. And let's get right to it, boys.
All right, so basically, let's discuss on how this Brolay came about.
Yeah, let's do that.
Give our listeners a good idea of who we are and where we came from. So,
Where we come from?
basically,
Tell 'em.
just like any group of friends, you all have that group text message, and we have one of those, and it's pretty comical. So we all, before we even started this, we would all send our screenshots to each other on our plays, for the week or for that day. Obviously, some being a little bit more degenerate than others, mostly coming from Dennis.
Dennis, definitely.
But again,
What's up, Dennis?
you got to make the money somehow. So you got to put in that degenerate parlay and hope for the best.
Some of those degenerate plays hit.
Dennis,
I had a very successful football season last year.
Dennis comes from a wealthy family.
And a golf season.
Yeah. So then pretty much just one day, I kind of threw out the idea of all of us coming together as a team, I should say. So we all, would pick a player prop or whatever we were feeling for that day. We kind of came to the agreement that we would all just kind of start low. So we all threw in $10. So it'll be $10 each. It'll be a 4-leg, $40 parlay. And yeah, we just kind of went from there.
Basically, Tony couldn't win these on his own, so he needed help from his friends.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. But, it is what it is. I mean, what's better than being in the trenches with your boys, sweating out a 4-leg parlay and
That's a damn thing.
Winning money
that we
is
would
fun,
hit.
but winning money with your boys is
Way better.
one of the best feelings.
And I would argue when you win 3 out of 4 legs and that one buddy doesn't come through, and sometimes that buddy goes on a cold streak, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I was down bad there for a while. I was losing a little bit, and it all was riding on me, but kind of is what it is at that point.
Hey, the beauty
We all have each other back, though. I mean, that's kind of what it is.
the beauty about sports betting is there's always another play the next day, and if there's no sports on, there's always table tennis.
And if you're not giving your boys shit, do you really like each other? I mean, come
No,
on.
not at all.
I mean,
Not
if
at
you're
all.
not making fun of each other, you're not friends.
Yeah, I mean, I took it and rolled with it, but obviously it started out for us with just the one bet that we were doing right for the weekend, and then we kind of got a little bit out of hand, and next thing you know, we're betting on the 1 p.m. games, the 4 p.m. games, the primetime games,
Yep.
and then everything that we could pretty much bet on. But,
Listen, guys, we like to gamble. I don't know if you picked that up yet, but
yeah, but again, gather your boys around, whatever text message that you're in, gather them together, figure out what you want to wager, put in a parlay, and just see where it goes. If you want to tail along, I mean, let's go.
And this is a perfect segue to a disclaimer. This is not financial advice. If you're having a problem with gambling, only gamble what you can afford to lose. And if you're having trouble, call 1-888-GAMBLING HOTLINE. I don't know if that's a real number, but whatever that number is, just call it.
yeah, you can Google it.
We would also like to see, if you do find a group of friends to do this with, send them to us. We want to get some feedback from you.
Yeah, send us the feedback. Any feedback is great. So
If you've got locks and winners, please send them.
yeah,
Because we are not always picking locks and winners.
also.
Someone hit big recently in the Brolay, and it set us off some positive momentum.
That was me.
Do we want to talk a little bit about that? I wish it was all of us. I was just one Brolay
I would love.
member.
Before we get too into it, though, you can see the bet on our Instagram.
Yeah, at,
Yeah.
at the Brolay Podcast.
And it's real.
Go out.
All the
guys.
haters are going to say
Follow us on Instagram. Support the fam.
It was not AI generated. It was Michael generated.
All right, let's talk about it, Michael. What did we get?
All right, so we put a free bet on James Wood to go yard, and that boy went yard in the bottom of the 8th to pay out a whopping $11,478.
And how much did you put in there, and how did you get there? Was this a free bet, or was this money out of your pocket?
This was a free bet that was accumulated from a deposit bonus, I believe.
Oh, yeah. So take advantage of that. Play the sports books against each other. I would recommend everybody getting multiple sports books because look at you offers all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
And take advantage of it.
Normally, I would not bet $100 on a parlay like this, but it was a free bet. I said, F it. And I threw it in, and goddamn if it didn't hit.
It's amazing.
Dude, it was crazy. I was at work, and you had sent that screenshot, and all you needed, because you had James Wood for 2 hits, 2+ hits, and then you were still waiting for him to get a home run. And I'm at work, I'm sitting in a recliner, and you sent the screenshot or whatever, and we're like, oh man, we got to watch this. I got to turn it on. So sitting there watching it, and then James Wood, I believe he wasn't even going to be getting up to bat because he was number 4 in the lineup, and it was 2. They got 2 outs, and then the guy in front of James Wood, he ended up walking, which brought James Wood to the plate, and I was like, "Oh no!"
What inning are we talking here?
This is the 8th inning. This is the bottom of the 8th inning.
They would not have.
Bottom of the 8th, they already had the lead, so he would not have gotten another at bat.
Nothing to lose, and 2 outs, and he comes up to the plate. I want to say he had like 2 strikes on him too, and he yoked this thing.
Yeah.
And as I'm watching it on the TV, I'm like, "Oh my god! I'm sending a text message. Oh my god!" And next thing you know, it fucking hits. And I FaceTimed the whole group because, I mean,
Dude, I
got to at that point.
out of bed. And my wife was like, what are you doing?
Because you were watching on
I'm
your
not
phone,
saying
right?
a word. I'm just like holding my head, looking at my phone. And then finally the words came out of my mouth. I won.
And you put this bet in less than 10 minutes before game time, right?
Incorrect. I put it in coming up from work at about 3 o'clock.
Okay, 7 o'clock a.m.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you were just like, screw it. I got a free bet, a free $100 bet. Might as well. You've been riding James Wood all season long, I feel like. But every time that we have bet him, he has hit.
Yes. He's got 3 home runs since being caught up, and I have won money every single time he's hit a home run.
But it's
Every single time, because you were betting him there for the 3+ hits every time, and we're like, my man, he's striking out a little bit. he's got at least 2 hits in him, but 3 hits, and then the one game that you didn't bet him, he hit 3 hits. Right?
I had that dream.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I had a dream that he had 3 hits, and I didn't bet it. I woke up, looked at my phone.
Well, you told us about the dream, and then you didn't bet it. We're like, well, you gonna bet 3 strikeouts?
I had 4 hits that next night, and I'm just kicking myself. But you know what? Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because you hit
all this rain in the world after this parlay hit.
And what a better time, man! What a better time!
That's a good feeling.
It's good for the pod.
So
definitely
that's the new bar, $11,000. So we need to try to up that this year, boys.
So now we've been putting in. Now we've been all putting in like bets that are just outrageous. We got to like try to get above that 11,400 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
it's a long shot.
I think Dennis had a home run parlay in last night. Or no, was it tonight?
It was tonight.
They paid $18,000, I think.
Yeah, you know how many home runs I had tonight out of that 4-leg parlay?
0.
You should get something for that. You know, it's all right though. You got to give 100%. Hey, you miss 100% of the chances you don't take.
Right.
That's right. Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah. So I guess we'll transition. Want to talk about a little bit of college football?
Yeah. Let's talk some college football realignment. A lot is different this year in college football.
What I'm most excited about this year is the 8-team college playoff. For the love of God, the 4-team college playoff was horrible. There's so many good teams that don't make it in. We've got the 8-team college playoff. We've got realignments all over the place. Schedule changes. Strong teams have weak schedules. Is it 12 teams?
That's what I was saying to you begin. I believe because it went from a 16 from last year, right? It was 16. It was a 16 playoff, and then it went to a 12-team playoff.
All right. So I was wrong. More important business. Listen to this. But all right, there you go. Some of the big noticeable teams, though, that have been in a realignment, though, in the Big Ten, you got Oregon, UCLA, USC, Washington. In the Big 12, you got Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, Utah. Pac-12 is now the Pac-2.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oregon State, Washington State.
Pac-12.
Are they just going to are they going to dissolve or what? Like, what's their plan?
I got a feel that
they're just going to shift all the way out.
They could be realigning again next year.
Yeah.
SEC, Oklahoma and Texas.
Yeah, Oklahoma and Texas coming to the SEC will be huge, not only for that conference, but I mean, those were always dominant college football teams that they were just kind of off in their own little land. So bringing them to the SEC, and you can't take down the boys, baby. You can't take down Alabama, no matter how much you try.
Alabama. It's going to be an interesting year for Alabama.
It will. They got a tough schedule. New coach Nick Saban ain't there no more, sadly. But we'll see what happens.
I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, I think.
Without saying, but
He took Washington's to the championship game in 2 years.
There may not.
He ain't no.
He's no slump. He's definitely proven.
There may not be a single undefeated team in college football this year, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who I'm fading. I'm fading Texas. Not a big fan on Texas.
Really?
Last time
I'm telling on offense. Ewers is a stud. I do like Ewers. Seen him throw on some Zans after games. I can respect that. And he's got an epic mullet. I don't know what's not to like about him as a person, but I think with big losses in Byron Murphy and Javonte Sweat, I think the defense is going to struggle, and they're in a tough conference this year. I don't know. I think they're a good team to fade.
Well, they got some new teams in there to face that. I think they're going to give them trouble.
Yeah, we're going to see some awesome college football.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, the SEC for alone is going to have good. Georgia's just dominant altogether, but could be a sleeper team within the SEC now. A couple of little upsets now. You got new teams in your conference. You got a whole lot more to lose.
That's the big.
A lot more competition.
Yeah, it's a big thing with the 12-team playoff too. Is that it leaves open for a lot of those sleeper teams to sneak in there.
Yeah.
In the top 25, do we feel like anybody's overranked at this point? Or underranked?
Underranked? I was talking with Michael about this earlier. I think Utah might be a good little sleeper right now. They have them at number 13. They got their quarterback with Cam Rising, I believe his name is. Cam Rising's coming back. Got injured last year. Could be a possible Heisman candidate. I think Utah would be a sleeper team to pick, and then moving up if they can get it done. Obviously,
I'm seeing them at plus 240 to make the college football playoff.
That's
a solid bet.
That's a solid bet. Yeah,
I think Ohio State is going to be a little sleeper too. I think they were a little underrated. I'm not an Ohio State fan at all, but I think they're going to be some studs.
Well, they're sitting at number 2, so I wouldn't say that they're underrated at all. Yeah, no, they're sitting at number 2 right now.
Definitely not a sleeper, but
yeah, no, they're going to be dominant, but it all comes down to game day. It all comes down to game day. Any time, any place, anywhere, someone can lose, and when you add in more teams to a playoff format, it just gives more opportunity for those. Maybe 2, 3, 4 lost teams to sneak in at the last minute just because on their schedule strength and everything, or who they played and where at home or away. And yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting. It's going to be new. Sure, not too many old school, folks like it, but, us younger generation, I feel like it's pretty solid. So
do y'all know what the price of Ohio State is to make the college football playoff? Just take a guess.
Like their number?
Their odds are.
Their odds are?
What their odds are?
Minus 310.
Minus 500.
I'm going to say 300. Minus 700.
Oh, my God.
That's with a quarterback, Will Howard, that cannot throw a deep ball.
Well, does he got weapons?
That's a steep price.
Any good weapons that, he can dump the ball off too quick? Because obviously, he can't throw the deep ball, but.
Ohio State always has talent, but you can't dump it off and win a championship.
No, but you can move fast pace, move the ball down the field.
Touche.
Talking about predictions, what do you think Oregon's going to do? Think they're going to be a Big Ten bust? I don't know.
I like Oregon. I wouldn't bet against them. I think that they have a guaranteed shot to make a 12-team playoff just by schedule strength alone and teams, and teams that they play with.
They'll probably make it in the top 4 if I had to guess. Dylan Gabriel coming over from Oklahoma.
Dylan Gabriel's a stud.
He is.
He's a light it.
The lefty can sling it, so we'll see.
Heisman.
I love Oregon too.
Yeah. He's plus 800 with Carson back in Georgia. And honestly, Oregon plays a more exciting style of football, 100%. I think you have to factor that into your Heisman Trophy odds for sure. So I think, if you're going to bet a favorite, Carson Beck or Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
What do you think about the odds, though, of all the Heisman picks right now?
You know what Shad Lang? Shedeur Sanders plus 3,500, dude, and their Vegas total is 5.5 wins.
Yeah.
So something tells me something's off. Say
Your money.
Yeah.
at plus 3,500. Which one?
For Heisman.
Should
Over 5.5 or to win the Heisman?
to win the Heisman.
Something's off because there ain't no way in hell you're winning the Heisman at 6-7-1 games.
No, not at all.
In the college playoff.
But that's probably why his odds are a little bit higher, because they only have them set at winning 5.5 games
So
projected, and some even say it's probably even going to be lower than that.
So if you want to put a long shot in, I would say take Shedeur Sanders and the over 5.5 wins and parlay that, because they're not mutually exclusive. One's gonna have to come with the other.
I don't zero chance you can parlay a Heisman winner with an over.
But if you could, do it.
If you could do it,
Do it.
do it because Dennis said so.
What about his weapon that he has, Travis Hunter? Where's he sitting at? Because he's playing both sides of the ball. So that, I mean, he's a dual threat. So he's got the opportunity to get 700-800 more yards and 10-15 touchdowns, and then on the defense side of the ball, a couple interceptions here and there, making good stops on defense. I feel like that would be another little sleeper pick, but not to ride the Deion Sanders train. But
Prime.
I would never bet against Prime, baby. Even though he was a Cowboy, I do love me some Deion Sanders, baby.
Well, let's talk. Who in this room? Who's taking the over 5.5 for Colorado? Because I'll talk about this last year. I hit a 5-team parlay the first week of the year, and part of that parlay was TCU going down to Colorado. That was an exciting game. We were at the Morgan Wallen concert. There were some well-off folks beside us that had a huge RV with the TV out the back.
Yep.
And we were sweating when it came out. And it was a time of our life. We're pre-gaming at the concert. None of the kids are there. It's just us living like we were young again. We were vibing, and all the bets were hitting. All the bets were cashing.
Where was this at?
But with that point,
Where were you at?
or was at FedEx, the home of the Washington Commanders. You ready to smoke? I'm hell. You were with us. But needless to say,
I know. I didn't hear where he said that we were.
they knocked off TCU, who I don't know at the time was what? Were they top 10?
I can't remember, but they were
Close to it. And even after that game, starting 1-0 against a top 10 victory or something, they're close. Their win total afterwards was 5.5.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, there's no chance they're under 5.5. And sure as hell, they went under 5.5. So one thing to know, Vegas knows better than all of us.
100%.
And two, factor those odds into your calculations, because when something doesn't look right, that means there's sharp money or Vegas knows something that we don't. So just because it doesn't look right doesn't mean that Vegas doesn't already know.
I think a lot of the hype from Colorado, though, comes from just like their social media presence alone. They have that presence on social media where, it's a flashy lifestyle that Deion Sanders always had, and that's great. I mean, he's promoting his guys and everything, but at the end of the day, it comes out, you got to play, and there's been, people a lot smarter than us that critique, college football and stuff like that, to where they say they're a smaller team, and you can kind of see that with some of the videos. They are smaller guys compared to, a top SEC team, Alabama, or even,
their offensive and defensive line is just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
They can't compete. But
again, you got to show up and play.
with all that being said, Dennis, I think I'm with you. I'm going to take the over 5.5 on Colorado just because I believe in prime time. And
I would have to look at their schedule before I even think about betting the over. I do like it. But I
didn't look at their schedule.
No, I know. I did not look at their schedule to see who they're playing and where they're playing at. I don't even know who they're playing at home, but let me take a gander at that. And then
I myself like the over. I'm a big fan of the over.
Yeah.
I feel like last year they fell short of expectations after that TCU victory. But I think this year they brought in some decent recruits. They're building. They've got Coach Prime. I know I've watched a couple of those pro Coach Prime Instagram videos talking to the team. I caught myself in my closet putting my football pants on from 85 pounds. And it's crazy they still fit. I'm strapping up the helmet. I'm ready to run through a wall. So,
I mean,
he can do that to me.
guy there
At 35 years old?
You haven't grown much.
No, I haven't. Yeah, you know what? Blame my parents.
Would you do like a lot of like weightlifting and stuff when you were little? Maybe stunt your growth a little bit.
Secondhand smoke.
Continuing on in the Heisman talk, let's pick who we legitimately think is going to win the Heisman, and then we'll throw out a couple more long shots. So it's top on board. We got Dylan Gabriel for Oregon, Carson Beck coming back for Georgia, Quinn Ewers coming back for Texas, Will Howard, Ohio State. Who the hell is Will Howard? Jalen Milroe, Alabama. Jackson Dart, Ole Miss. I love Jackson Dart as a Heisman kind of a sleeper. He's at plus 1,400. Lane Kiffin offense. Could be high-powered. Riley Leonard moving over from Duke to Notre Dame. Cam Rising, which Tony, you mentioned a little while ago, and Utah. I don't know, where would you guys put your money?
I'll tell you where I'd go. I'd go Jalen Milroe. You can't go wrong with Alabama quarterback. He's exciting. Had some huge victories come down the stretch this year. Alabama's always going to show up with a defense and a run game, but I think if Jalen Milroe can show up as a better pocket passer this year than he was last year, I think he's got a great opportunity. And then two, when I'm betting something all year long, it's something you put small dollars on. So I'm looking down the line at Jalen Daniels at Kansas. Very similar name to Jaden Daniels, puts up huge numbers. Shedeur Sanders, he's going to put up huge numbers this year. So if I'm looking for a long-term Heisman play, I'm looking down the line, but the favorite obviously being Jalen Milroe, Jalen Daniels, and then Shedeur Sanders. I think those are just three exciting players that are going to put up stats on the stat sheet and possibly pay out a big bet. You put $100 on Shedeur Sanders or Jalen Daniels, and you're looking at $3,500 at the end of the season. So that's a payback that you're willing to tie up $100 for the entire season.
Yeah, back to Milroe, Alabama's going to be there at the end. So roll tide. They're going to be competitive all the way to the end. So if they're competitive, that starts with Milroe and his ability to lead that offense.
Can't agree more.
What do you think, Milroe?
I like Milroe, but I think I'm all in on Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel? Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's solid. And I'm gonna stick to
on Alabama this year, though.
No, you can never sleep on Alabama, baby. Never sleep on Alabama.
I kind of like Quinn Ewers. I think he's a stud, but
I like Quinn Ewers. I agree. As a person, he's the coolest dude out there. He's got a millennial ribs ends, literally on live TV. Speaking of these,
I think, as we discussed before, I'm gonna be honest. I follow college football. I mean, I'm an Alabama fan, but I also cheer for the hometown teams. Maryland. And there's always a lot of moving parts for me, so it's kind of tough for me to figure out. I don't follow it that close to know these guys' names or anything, but I do like Cam Rising with Utah, and then shifting over to Colorado, just piggyback off you with Shedeur. I think if there's anybody, Shedeur, yeah, he's got to get the ball off, but I think just with the threat alone of Travis Hunter, I feel like Travis Hunter has a good, legitimate shot just because of that dual threat, like I mentioned. So I'm going to have to go. My number one pick, I'll definitely choose Cam Rising from Utah, and then I'll back that up with Travis Hunter.
That's a good long shot that play. Cam Rising's at plus 3,000 right now. So, yeah, throw $100 on it.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Why not?
I think Utah's going to have a good offense this year. And I think, is this Rising's last year? I believe it is. Yes, so
I believe so.
He's going to try to ball out.
Now we talk about hometown teams. Since we are from Maryland, what do we think the University of Maryland's going to do?
Are they ranked number one?
No, they're not even ranked. But
what?
Yeah,
that's a trust.
I mean, just taking a quick look over their schedule. I mean, they got away games. They have Oregon, obviously, in November, early in November. That's going to be tough for them, but their schedule alone doesn't look their schedule alone doesn't look too bad, though. They don't really play a lot of top teams. I mean, you got Michigan State, that's in the conversation.
But Maryland's not a top team.
Oregon. No, Maryland's definitely not a top team, but I'm just saying,
I feel like they got a tough schedule. UConn's not a slouch. Michigan State owns Maryland. UVA is tough. Villanova, okay. Indiana's no slouch. Northwestern, no slouch.
But to me, it's the same story every year.
That's a 6-win team.
You cannot trust Maryland to do anything.
We love Maryland. We love University of Maryland, but
They give you false hope.
Yeah.
They start out 3-0, 4-0, then they lose the next 7, and they're scratching and clawing to get into a bowl game.
they got the Big Ten money,
It's
man.
ridiculous.
They got the Big Ten money, and they just need to make moves, man. They need to pay these guys now, man. They need to pay
They
them.
need some NIL endorsements, man.
But staying within the conference, I think Iowa's got a chance to make the college football playoff.
Yeah, I was always good.
I think Big Ten is the toughest conference out there right now.
Iowa won 10 games last year, scoring 15 points a game. That's insane.
Yeah.
If they get any kind of offensive production this year, which it can't be any worse,
Yeah,
they don't play Oregon, Michigan, Penn State, or USC. I mean, they arguably have the easiest schedule in the conference. That's a potential 10-11 win team. Assuming they can score 18 points a game, which in college football should not be that hard.
Are you talking about?
Iowa.
all right. Well, out of Big Ten,
Bet the unders.
Well, unders on in. That'll be a 32 total every week of the year.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at 13-10 every single week.
yeah. Well, we'll throw around some numbers and kind of see where we're at. Was it starting up in 2 weeks? You said the 20. You said season was starting at
29th, I believe.
29, 26?
29th starts most of the schedule. I think there's 4 or 5 games on the 24th.
29th's a Thursday, I believe. So
I just can't wait for football to be back on, dude. I can't wait, man.
I'm drinking Oktoberfest right now. I have pumpkin spice creamer in the fridge. I'm full on football.
I can't wait.
You're full on cards
Drink
right now.
chilly nights. I mean, I should be wearing a hoodie right now.
Yeah. Get rid of this humidity out here.
All right, well, I think that about wraps up college football. Let's do a little dive into NFL. Let's talk about just the NFC East. Kind of hone in on those 4 teams and break those 4 teams down. And we'll discuss kind of where we see them ending up at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think just talking about NFC East, that's what we know the best. I mean, you have 2 Commander fans here, and then we have the dreaded Cowboys fan,
Hey, no.
Mr. Michael.
Hey, no.
All right, so let's Jay got versus for Baltimore. Yep, that's fine. I like Baltimore, but let's talk about NFC East. Let's start off with your boys, Michael. Why don't you go ahead and talk about your boys? Talk them up for a minute.
Let's
see what you're feeling over here.
So Tony likes to joan on me for being a Cowboys fan, so he loves to send me text messages.
It's too easy. You Cowgirls fans are too easy.
Images of how the Cowboys players look in camp, and they look like trash, and
None of their quarterbacks can throw it into the net.
Yeah, I mean, but anyways, I think the only worry I have with the Cowboys currently is they haven't paid CeeDee Lamb yet, and if we're going to be successful, we need CeeDee Lamb.
Why do you think that is? I mean, I feel like CeeDee Lamb should be their lifer.
I'll tell you why it is.
Beast.
I'll tell you why it is, because Jerry Jones did nothing in the offseason.
Yeah.
The Cowboys did 0 to get better in the offseason. So I think he knows what the realistic expectations are heading into the season. So gauge that if you're looking at season-long plays. Or
I just read a quote from him yesterday saying they are going all in this year. It is all in, which they do every.
What actions did they take to go all in?
They made no moves, and you're saying they went all. They're going
They
all in.
literally re-signed Zeke.
That's what Jerry Jones said.
400 pounds, 40 years old.
Hey,
Yeah.
Who the hell is Jerry Jones? Just kidding.
No, you're right. Who is it?
well, Vegas has the Cowboys under set at 9.5.
Aid.
I like the over.
9.5.
Why? What
9.5.
What'd y'all win last year?
12. We won 12 games 3 years in a row.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to win 12-4 in a row?
Well, I'll need to win 10
All right, so
if I bet the over.
that's fine. If we're going to do that, how about we just run down game by game, and you tell me what you're feeling right now.
Let's do it.
All right, week one, they are at the Browns. Win or loss.
Dub.
Week 2, they're at home versus the Saints.
W.
Okay. Week 3 at home versus the Baltimore Ravens.
W.
We all have to be a Commanders fan over here saying that.
You have them going 3-0 off the top. Oh, it's correct. One, Michael. All right.
I wanted to stretch. Sorry, I think we can move on.
All right. Now, cut him off.
Flying home.
All right. Week 4, you're at the Giants. Giants are just going to be trash. They're trash. No, come on.
Daniel Jones at quarterback. Say no more. That's a
W.
All right.
4 W.
All right.
Three
So
and one.
then after that, they're at the Steelers.
W.
loss.
I got them at 5-0 right now.
You have them 5-0.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I'd say 3-2.
All right. And then after that, you got them versus the Lions at home. That will be a good game if they're actually performing. But
Loss.
3-3. I got a realistic 4-2 best case scenario.
Because for some reason, I really love Dan Campbell, and I would run through a brick wall for him. So
I do love Dan Campbell.
I have to agree with that.
All right. After that, you're at the 49ers primetime game.
Loss.
L for sure.
That's 3-4.
Yeah.
3.
After that, you got them at the Falcons.
Win.
You got Kirk Cousins.
W. Easy.
Win in a close one.
Okay. After that, you got them Eagles at home. 4 p.m. game.
W.
All right. And you got the Texans.
Loss.
Primetime game.
It's 5-5.
You're at home. At home versus the Texans.
Yep.
Primetime game.
Strong. Embarrass them at home.
Okay.
5-5.
Do you feel all these W's if they don't?
He's feeling it right now. Just let him be. He's feeling it. Let him have his moment. Let him have his moment. Let him have.
You're right.
Okay.
They'll pay CD.
All right. After that, you have them at the Commanders, baby.
Loss.
5-6.
You got them losing to the Commanders, but beating the Ravens. You're silly, man. All right. And then after that, you got them at home versus the Giants. Again, that's a W. All right. Then you got Bengals at home. Primetime game.
Loss.
Joey B.
6-7.
Taking the dub.
They're going to have to go on a heater.
All right. And you got them at the Panthers.
That's 7-7.
W.
All right. Then you have them at home versus the Buccaneers, another primetime game. Y'all got a lot of primetime games.
W.
They just want y'all to get embarrassed on national television.
No, because we get good ratings.
There's 8.
All right. And then you're at the Eagles, going to the Eagles.
Loss.
And then you're going to end the season at home versus the Commanders.
W.
That's 9 wins, brother.
Okay, so what do you got, man?
11.
11 games.
That's going 5-0 though.
Michael, I love you.
5-0 to start.
11-6.
I love you,
Take me
brother.
over 9.5.
I love you, brother, but I'm fading you with that record. 100%.
I got him at 9-8. Stannis is a 9-8 football team all day long.
Campus.
Assuming everybody stays hey, like that's best case scenario for them. 9-8.
I just can't wait to play this back and just see the look on your face, honestly, you know? But I will say, there's nothing, I won't say better because you're my boy, but there was nothing better than watching the game, the playoff game last year, all of us together, and they just got mollywopped off the top, and you were just sitting there dreading every bit of wanting to be around anyone. And me and Dennis were just sitting back.
Jordan loved
feeling
to see
great on
that.
the inside.
That was amazing.
There's nothing that makes me feel better besides my wife and my kids. There's nothing that makes me feel better than seeing the Cowboys just choke and just being
I'm not going to lie.
losers.
During that game, just watching our entire season slip away from us, I had so much rage running through me that I was keeping in. I almost got in my truck and drove it through Tony's front yard. I'm not going to lie. Like, that's how mad I was.
Those are what?
As mad as you were, like seeing you that mad gave me
He didn't even want
the
to
most joy I've ever felt.
No, you know what?
Seeing the birth of my first child.
Love you.
Do you know what Cowboys? You know what Cowboys fans do when they're in those moments when they're just getting completely embarrassed? They shut down and they're all acting like, "It's all right.
Oh,
it's all right. It's all right.
It is not always
It's all
here.
right. It's all right. It's all right.
I would say, I think it's the same for Commanders.
So I would disagree because
this
like my
podcast is
expectations are so low at this point. Like I'm a diehard Commanders fan. My dad would always say, "Oh yeah, he was born and raised in a Redskins diaper." So I had no choice. I once tried to get a Troy Aikman jersey for Christmas from my parents. They said no. So I asked my grandma, like, anybody else would do. And my dad told her that she was not allowed to buy me a Troy Aikman jersey for Christmas. That's how hard of a Redskins fan I am. But at this point, I realize that the expectations are what they are. My season's over in week 6. Best case scenario. But we're turning it around.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go ahead and get into the Commanders. Let's talk the Commanders schedule.
Yeah, so the Commanders, obviously, last year, disappointing season, but we were just a dumpster fire, dude. Between the coach, players. Yeah, I feel, me being a Commanders fan, I feel like we have a fresh start. Went 4-13 last year, and I'm just going to go ahead and say that we're guaranteed to win more than 4 games. Let's just start there.
What's
going
the
off
team total this year? Is it 6.5? Is that what we talked about last week?
Yeah, 6.5.
So we're at, they got us set at 6.5.
6.5.
Let's run through it, and between me and Dennis, since we're Commanders fans, we'll just kind of go back and forth with each other. So
yeah, y'all do that.
Did you want to read off the actual teams?
Sure.
All right.
Let's see who the Commanders are going to face this year.
It's right there on the left side.
Oh God, y'all be lucky to win 3 games.
Come on now. All right, who we got week 1?
Week 1 at the Buccaneers. We're 25 kick.
At the Buccaneers. What do you got, Dennis?
Baker Mayfield is going to destroy the secondary. Forbes is looking terrible.
I think it's 50-50. However, I would say for the sake of this show and giving top-tier gambling advice to our Patriots, I would say we'll take an L on that one.
Yeah, I would say that, you know what? No. I am going to go with a W. We are starting off the season 1-0. We're feeling good. Got to keep it going at this point.
All right.
So I'm going to say W.
At home versus the Giants.
W.
The G-Men.
Daniel Jones.
2-0, baby, on my end.
Week 3 at the Bengals against Joe Cool.
That'll be a loss.
Week 4 at the Cardinals. Kyler's back. Looking strong.
I'm not a Kyler fan, man. I just don't like them, man. I think we get the W.
That's a W. We slided 2-2.
Week 5 at home versus the Browns.
I like the Commanders to get the W there. It all depends on Chubb's health.
Yeah.
I heard he still needs a little more time. I don't know what a little more time means when you're coming off an injury that's significant. Sometimes a little more time turns into half the season.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's had 2 significant injuries.
Now. Is he going to be the same? So, yeah. So, I think...
All right,
hold on. I'm gonna go a loss on that.
All right, week 6 at the Ravens.
Yeah, we'll take that out like men.
Yeah.
7 at home versus the Panthers.
W.
Can't win that one. We don't deserve to hit that bet.
They still have Bryce Young starting?
Yes.
Yeah. W.
8
roll time.
Week 8 at home versus the Bears. No Justin Fields.
Caleb Williams, Justin Fields, or Caleb Williams, rookie versus rookie.
I'm looking most excited about that game on the schedule. Rookie versus rookie.
Rookie versus rookie. They're going to hype it up.
I think the storyline is you hammer the Commanders because that number 2 pick just wants to show that number 1 pick. I should have been number 1.
100%.
Yeah, I think they take the W.
All right. At the Giants.
Another W. I don't like the Giants, man. I don't.
Yeah.
The Giants are trying to
show me. If it's Giants,
tell me more.
Daniel Jones without Saquon Barkley, I mean, look,
they have this in the city lose games that they should obviously win.
Yeah, there's going to be 1 or 2 games that's going to happen there. You go in, there's no way they're going to lose this game, and then they lose the game. All right. Versus Steelers. At home versus Steelers.
That's a loss for me.
At home versus Steelers, yeah, I want to say loss. That'll be a tough loss, too. I think it'll be a closer game, but...
Who's the Steelers quarterback this year?
Steelers quarterbacks?
We don't know. I think Russ...
It's either Russ or Justin Fields.
Russ is one right now.
Starting?
Yeah, for now. He probably won't be starting by this game, so it's going to be Justin Fields.
That's fun. Steelers are paying him $1 million, and Seattle's paying him 40.
Yeah.
Steelers final round.
At the Eagles.
Loss. The Eagles are tough, dude.
Oh.
At the Eagles or at home?
At the Eagles.
At the Eagles, yeah, lost. It's tough to play.
It's a Sunday night game, too.
Yeah, we suck in prime time.
Ooh, this one's going to be... This actually going to be tough. All right. At home versus Cowboys.
W. Coming off a loss versus the Eagles, definitely a W.
I agree.
Jacob, what's so funny?
Jaden
He's
Daniels.
just sitting back laughing, dude. He's loving the entertainment right now.
Jaden Daniels' first game against the Cowboys at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he puts up video game.
What time is the game? It's just 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock game.
300 yards passing, 100 yards rushing.
They might flex it.
3-1, three passing touchdowns, 1 rushing.
Yeah, W on that.
All right. At home versus Titans next.
I think coming off the W versus the Cowboys, I think we're gonna be riding high, and I just think we take the L on the Titans.
Moving on. At the Saints.
W.
W.
At home versus the Eagles.
Another loss. We just
So the Eagles are sweeping you this.
Eagles are sweeping us, dude.
Yeah, the Eagles almost. That's fine.
Cowboys aren't though.
No, they count.
Nah, we'll split with the Cowboys.
No.
I'll give you one, Michael.
I can't see. I mean, Zeke might go for
He didn't give you one.
12 for 30. Sorry.
Well, I'm a realist. I mean, I'm not.
Hey, yeah, save that. Save that clip.
At home versus the Falcons.
At Kirk Cousins coming back to the Commanders. Man, that's tough.
That's L.
I had to catch that dub.
That's L.
That's a L, man.
L.
It's a L.
And to close out the season, you're at the Cowboys.
We're gonna beat the Cowboys to knock you guys out of playoff contention and to hit the under.
So if you're knocking us out of playoff contention, what do you have the win total at right now? So wouldn't you be in playoff contention?
I've got 10-7.
Whoa. Well, let's see.
I'm still debating on this Cowboys game. I know I said I'll give you one, but I don't know. I kind of like what you were saying, knock them out of the playoffs, but I don't even think they're going to be there. Like, I don't even think they're going to be right on the edge. I just think they're going to be sitting close. But I just...
So really catch the dub against Cowboys or not?
I
Get to the point, man.
yes. W.
Hey,
Thank you. I mean, look, you're not a real commander.
Fuck you, Michael. I'm not giving you anything.
with these commander geniuses, if they think they're going to win 10 games, you should put all the money you have in your account on the over 6.5 wins.
All right, I'll tell you what.
I got them 9-9, which I feel like...
9-9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I thought there was only 17 games.
Well, I'm sorry.
How about this? How about we put a bet on each of our teams for the season-long total, and if each one wins, then we just cash our bets and we keep moving.
Yeah, sorry, 9-8.
Doesn't get there, you owe whatever you put on that original bet to your opposite team. So, like, if the Commanders don't get to 6.5 games, and I bet them, and the Cowboys hit 9.5, I give you an extra money on top of my original bet.
Okay. I'm down.
Shake on it.
Sure.
So you hold on. You're just betting the over, right? 6.5 games. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
And if you hit, and he doesn't, he owes you.
He owes me.
But your over is set at what, 10.5? You said, or 9.5?
And then we'll see how confident it is. I might put
Was
100
the Cowboys at 10.5 or 9.5?
or all the Commanders.
9.5.
9.5.
And you might put 1,000 on the Cowboys. If the Cowboys don't hit that 9.5 and the Redskins do, even though I'm about 100, you owe me 1,000. So let's put our money where our mouth is and back that up.
I like it.
I like that.
See, how much are you betting him?
Here comes a $10 bet for Michael on the Cowboys over.
You might get $10. I might go under that. Do y'all want to talk about the Giants? Because they are in the NFC East.
Do we have to?
I mean, there's nothing to say about the Giants.
Giants,
Danny Dimes just isn't it?
same as the Commanders, 6.5.
This podcast does not pay me enough money
No.
to talk about the Giants. Well, let's just run
The Giants. You want to talk about Giants? The Giants are going to be at the bottom of the division.
But they have the same projected win total as the Commanders.
Yeah, it's pure disrespect.
And I'm telling you, the Giants will be at the bottom of the division.
But it works.
Michael, in your
Giants makes $40 million a year.
in your honest opinion,
30 million.
in your honest
And he shouldn't
opinion,
be.
do you think the Giants are a better football team than the Commanders,
No,
or equally as good?
no.
Okay. Vegas must know something.
Right.
He fumbled the mic, y'all. He fumbled the mic.
Wolves.
No, I don't see them anything.
This is gonna
They got Danny Jones. Danny can't throw dimes.
All right,
And then
let's
they're back.
through this quick.
Their backup is Drew Lock.
So
Nichols is what they call him.
someone keep a tally. First week versus Minnesota at home. Who the heck knows what Minnesota's going to be? I like their coach, young quarterback, star wide receiver. Maybe they can mesh through the first few weeks, but I think after he realizes he's got an inability to get the ball when he wants it and when he deserves it, there's going to be some challenges playing. All right, Minnesota. What do y'all think?
That would be a loss.
All right, Commanders,
Loss.
Cleveland.
They're at the Browns too. Loss. Yeah.
Dallas at home.
Loss.
Probably a
Primetime game.
safest show.
Primetime thing. I think they'd get one there. They can't go 0-4.
At Seattle, tough place to play. Go ahead, Charles. Doesn't help.
Yeah.
That's 0-5.
Versus Cincy at home.
Loss.
Versus Philly at home.
Loss.
Why don't we just say that they're going to?
At Pittsburgh. Oh, that's a loss.
0-8.
Versus Washington at home.
Loss. we already said we're being.
All right, they got one here. Versus Carolina. Tough game.
It's going to be a barn burner. I want to say they squeak one out and get the dub.
All right. Tampa. Loss.
Loss for sure.
Dallas at Dallas.
Loss.
Versus New Orleans at home. Loss. Baltimore. Loss. At Atlanta.
They're going 0-17, folks.
Indy.
This is not financial advice, but we think they're going 0-17.
At Philadelphia.
W in there.
Loss. I'd say 3 wins max. 1 win potential.
Yeah, I have them at 2 wins.
Yeah, I like to.
All right. Well, the under is juiced to 150.
So I guess in the game last
We
night.
gotta win against the Commanders.
I guess in the game last night, they're saying Drew Lock got hurt, so they're riding it on Danny Dimes, baby. Danny Dimes go down, they got to bring in Tommy DeVito.
Hey,
Tommy DeVito.
They'd be better off with that.
Yeah, they would.
Better morale.
Yeah, give him a little buzz.
Good.
Guys, merchandise.
All right. So I'm just throwing together a quick little parlay here.
All right, let's shift over to the Eagles.
Unders.
Let's shift over to the Eagles. Oh, you see the
Yeah, I just want to see what it is. Giants under, Eagles over, Commanders over, and Cowboys over.
okay? So you're putting it in.
Where are the Eagles at?
I mean, hold on.
Okay, 10.5. All right, well let's run through the Eagles.
Is that a Brolay? Can we put under on the Cowboys? 'Cause, I mean,
I wouldn't suggest that.
Depends on who's putting it in.
That's going to affect my bottom dollar.
look, the beauty of the podcast is this is on the record. So
All right,
I can delete it.
Eagles week 1 versus the Packers at home.
I'm going to go loss.
Primetime game, they take the dub. Jordan Love. I mean, I think it'll be a good game. The Eagles might be coming off a little bit slow, like they kind of do every season, but I think they squeak one by the Packers here.
all right, 1 for the L column.
Yeah. Next up, Falcons at home.
W.
I want to say that they're going to take a loss there. Another primetime game. Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is good.
Eagles.
Well, look, Kirk Cousins is good in primetime games.
If we're saying they lose,
No, it's not.
Kirk Cousins is good in primetime games, 100%.
That is incorrect.
Are you kidding me?
Google it. I'll bet you every dollar I have in my opinion.
I don't know that he's good, but I'd say he is
Check it.
unjustifiably hated on for his performance in big time games.
You want to bet on it?
Who? Kirk Cousins? Yeah. No. He's solid, dude.
12-20.
You like that?
12-20 is not good.
12-20 in primetime games.
That's not good.
No, I mean,
But here's my thought.
And it's even worse against the spread.
They're not going 0-2 through the first 2 weeks. If they go 0-2, they're in deep shape.
But a lot of those primetime games are when they're with Commanders, man. Commanders are terrible in primetime games. 11 games with the Commanders in primetime.
Correct.
Yeah, so there you go. There's a lot of losses.
Okay, He's played
with the
Nix that out. Nix that out.
He's played 32 primetime games, and 11 of them were with the Commanders. So he's played more without the Commanders, and he's 12-20.
Yeah, but that's a lot of losses with the Commanders. We were never good in primetime, dude.
Is that a lot of
Never.
No, not 11 losses, 11 total games.
11 total games.
7.
4-7.
Yes, I know. So here's my thought. They're not going to go they're going to go 1-1 for those first 2 games. I don't care which team they lose to, but they're not going 0-2 against Green Bay and Atlanta.
No.
There's no chance.
No.
At home, no chance. If they do, go ahead and burn that over ticket.
I'd like to know what Kirk Cousins' record is against the Eagles, though, too. I mean, that I could probably play a part on that game, but I
Let's just assume 1-1 through the first
1-1.
At New Orleans.
W.
W.
All right. At Tampa Bay.
Look like
show?
At the Buccaneers, yeah. I say that they take a loss. Baker comes out on top.
All right. I feel like there's some homerism here. I'm going to go ahead and get the W. Cleveland, at home.
Dub.
Okay, that's 4-1. We're 3-2. At New York,
W.
At Cincinnati.
At Cincinnati.
What Joe Burrow are we going to get? I guess this is a good time to talk about Joe Burrow.
I'm getting Slim Jaden.
Because I've seen a lot of reports that say no one's ever fully recovered from the injury that he had.
Yeah.
That's like an unprecedented injury. And to return to top form,
Yeah, I mean,
they lost Joe Mixon.
tough.
I mean, who's the back at Cincinnati? I have no clue. They draft somebody or what?
No, I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So they lose a stud running back. They've got Joe Burrow coming off injury that no one's ever truly came back and performed at. I feel like we're giving a lot of credit to Cincinnati. Maybe that's something we talk about next podcast where we see Cincinnati at. Just factoring in what Joe Burrow could potentially be this next year.
All right, so
let's say I'm gonna say a win.
win.
I think we're giving since he got too much credit.
Jake Browning, Rocky Lombardi, and Logan Woodside.
Nah.
Yeah, nobody to help him out back there. Get
Never.
right at us.
At Jacksonville,
Trevor Lawrence.
I feel
game.
Loss.
I feel like the front end of their schedule is very weak.
Yeah, they play it.
Weak.
Jags. Man, I think they take the W.
Yeah, I got them at a W. At Dallas,
At Dallas, man, I personally think they might lose this one.
okay, we'll give them an L. At versus Washington,
I mean,
definite loss.
Yeah.
I mean,
they got W. We already said that the Eagles are most sweepless.
yeah, we'll give them that. Oh shit, I give them an L. And get a W. At Los Angeles, I think Los Angeles is a sneaky pick
I agree.
to win.
Valentine
the whole
game,
thing.
too.
Yep.
Matt Stafford's got one more good run in him. They got Puka Nacua.
Yeah,
They've got
You can't count it. Stafford out.
no, you can't count. They've got arguably the best defensive player of all time. So, yeah.
Aaron Donald retire.
Did he?
yeah, they had on.
All right, cut that.
Long it up.
Scrap it. Cut it.
Hey, Ryan, go on.
Hey, your knowledge way too short. Eat a cookie.
All right, after that, they're at the Ravens. 4 p.m. game.
Yeah, that's an L. I've never seen it. Versus Carolina? Yeah, that's a tough dub. I think it'll be a W. Versus Pittsburgh?
Hey, we're joning a lot on Carolina.
W.
Dude, I'm
We should go through their schedule. They're trying to find a game that they could actually.
I'm going to give them an L against Pittsburgh just to kind of keep this thing realistic for, any given Sunday.
I guess
a little
that's true.
variability here. At Washington, W, we already gave them the...
Sweet.
That's 10 wins right now going with 2 games left. Versus Dallas at home, Dallas sucks. That's another one.
Loser.
And then the versus Giants. Okay, let's say they go 1-1 there. I'm seeing,
11 wins.
11 wins. With some margin of error baked in there.
That squeaks by.
They're at 10.5.
10.5.
Yeah.
That's close, though.
Yeah, but
I
that's tough.
keep that in mind.
Yeah.
That's, everybody's staying healthy.
Well, now that we talked about what we think each team is going to do as far as wins, who do we think is actually going to legitimately win the division? My vote is the Eagles.
Eagles, yeah.
There hasn't been a repeat NFC East winner since 2004, with Cowboys and Eagles that both won 6, and Redskins and Giants have each won 3.
I'm going to go ahead and do a hot take, and I know I'm a homer, but I'm going to say if you're going to put money on the division winner, it's going to be tight either way. Like, if the Cowboys show up and they're a little bit better than we thought they were, the Eagles are a little bit worse than they thought they were, but I think, look, I got on the LSU Heisman Trophy winning quarterback YouTube this week, and those highlights are absolutely insane. Insane.
I just have a hard time putting money on a rookie quarterback, no matter how dynamic they are in college, because the Commanders had a front row seat to RG3, and how did that work out for them?
What did RG3 do his first year? Did they win the division? Make the playoffs?
Yes, it wasn't.
This dude is RG3. This dude is a better version of RG3. Watch the highlights. He's fast as lightning. He cuts on a dime, and he throws a great long ball. Terry McLaurin is going to absolutely feast. Feast.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I do
think the Eagles, if I'm being honest, I think the Eagles will take the division. Like Michael said, there hasn't been a repeat winner. Eagles take it, but like Dennis said, I'm a homer, and I'm definitely gonna throw in on that.
Splash a little bit in.
I think I'm throwing on that.
What are their odds? Anybody know their odds?
I know what the odds are of me. It's cracking the brew. Let me see here.
Command.
We'll have all this pulled up ahead of time next time.
Yeah, but
If you're dialing into this, this is the Average Joe's podcast. Look, we've already cashed big tickets. We're going to continue to cash big tickets. You're going to see through our Brolay parlays. We know what we're doing, but just bear with us on the technology. Like, this is going to be raw.
Yeah, that's all new to us.
It's raw, uncut. We're just here having a good time. Just living up with us. All right, let's see the lines.
So the Commanders are plus 1,100 to win the division.
Plus 11.
Why not? Why not?
Come on.
Why not splash on it?
What are the Cowboys?
175.
That's
stupid
money.
Stupid.
That is stupid money.
I might splash on them.
What are the Eagles?
You might splash on the Giants to what?
Is there minus
To what? Win 3 games?
That's dumb.
That's dumb.
I mean, if you're going to bet that division,
Yeah.
you want 11-1 or plus 1.3.
If you're dumb, bet the
Okay, so who do you think is going to win the division?
I just said it a minute ago, the Eagles.
We're going to find out.
So hold on. So
betting.
you mean to tell me that you're not also going to splash some on the Cowboys?
I will not.
I think that's a lie.
But you have to. That's part of our bet.
That's the thing.
That's a win.
All that did right there, Michael, is sum up the epitome of a Cowboys fan.
Shut
The epitome.
But if they go 5-0, Super Bowl tournament, let's go. Unless they play Jordan Love.
Right.
That take is the epitome of a Cowboys fan. Right. Oh man, they gonna win today. You gonna bet them? I ain't gonna bet them.
Y'all see Zeke?
Do that.
He had 16 for 36 and 3 touchdowns.
Zeke in his little belly shirt.
Don't worry. When they go off, I'll make sure to let y'all know about it.
Feed Zeke. He's a little big boy now. They been feeding him too much. You need to stop being fed.
I'm waiting for it. Free meal.
But as always, the NFC East, it's always tough. It's always a tough division. It's always some surprises, always some upsets going back and forth with each other. And you never know what's going to happen.
It's time for a changing of the guard. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. The Commanders are on the way up.
I like a little shake-up.
Commanders are on the way up.
Little shake-up from Jacob.
Nothing would make me happier to see y'all happy.
You know what? You too, Michael.
And nothing would make me happier than to see you miserable. All you little all season long is going on this time right now.
We completely left Jacob out in the dark just now.
I didn't even feel part of the team.
He had no skin in the game on this. He's got 3 NFC East fans in the building.
Well, he should be the one to be like the impartial voice and say,
like,
y'all are all
You all are fucking insane.
Lamar would crush every single one of your teams.
I think it's going to be so bad. It's going to be Eagles, and they're not even going to let Dallas come in. We'll be like, you know what? Let's just sit this one out,
Man.
No.
On an unrelated note, did anybody see the highlights today from the 4x100 meter dash? Shakira Richards.
Oh, dude, she came back in the last leg.
That had me hyped.
Yeah, and she looked over.
She was way
She looked over and was
looked
like,
at her and just
Talk.
just flexed on her for the gold medal for USA. Let's go.
I got this.
yeah,
If that doesn't get you pumped, I don't know what does.
I love it.
I love Shakira Richardson might be my favorite Olympic athlete of all time.
Yes.
She knows she's badass, and she just goes out and balls.
Yeah.
She's a performer.
Yeah, I do.
So that's how we liked. I was running through the wall. I watched the video 6 times. 6 times.
Just of the last leg.
The last leg.
That's all I'm
it.
saying.
She caught the baton, and poof.
She gone.
Oh,
Called him. Called them down.
Times. Did you work today?
yeah, it was after work.
I thought that was your nap time. Since we're on the pod now.
Told you not to interrupt me during my private reflection times.
I said, we're on the pod now, which is normally your your bedtime. You have to take a nap.
Right.
I do enjoy it. Look, I like to go to bed early. I'm in bed by like 8:30.
You are, man.
Is that
You are. What's up with that? We have to talk.
Plus, I put my phone down. You got to put your phone down. But I do love when I see 400 text messages the next day. I know somebody hit a big old bet.
But my question to you is, you have kids. You got 2 kids. You got 2 girls. Beautiful girls, by the way. How in the hell do you get them asleep that early? My kids are still running around at 8:30 at night.
It's very easy. You say,
Shut
it's
it
bedtime.
Shut
Read
it
some
down. Oh,
books.
John Taffer in the build.
Hey.
Shut it down.
See you in the morning. You just start a little bit earlier.
I'm going to have to.
It's harder in the summer when it's light outside because they're not stupid. Like they're 3 and 5 now.
So,
They're like, Daddy, it's still light outside. I'm like,
You're ready.
I'll go to bed or I'll put you to bed.
You're ready for daylight savings time.
kids.
You're ready for daylight savings time.
from daycare. Time for bed.
Bed.
Immediately.
No.
Oh, you want
We start
to
bed-
play with toys, huh?
We
Next.
started the bed routine around 8 o'clock and then read books and all that jazz. And then by like 8:30, like,
You have a 30-minute bedtime. It takes 30 minutes to get them in bed. That's it.
Hold on.
that's it.
When you say we, do you mean we or Lauren?
No, we divide and conquer. Like one day Lauren does it, one day I do it, one day Lauren does it, one day I do it, 2 days Lauren does it, one day I do it. She definitely does more than me, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
Yeah. When me and my wife,
respect to the wife.
yeah,
She is obviously not her life.
Human.
100% respect to the mom.
Yes.
I will say,
Oh yeah, she's a better human.
yeah, like,
She's got more patience than I do.
my wife does have more patience than me, 100%.
Yeah, I've got 0.
When we're both home, when me and my wife are both home, like the girls just cling to mommy. So it's like I can't even go in there and help her out. Like I do, like I go in there and like read books and stuff with them. But still, it's like, well, I want mommy to come back in.
Oh.
Well, it's like, no, mommy's in the other room with the other girl.
They
You
don't
know, like
shit
no,
about it.
like it's time for you to go to bed. It's like, oh
one
no,
mommy,
mommy's got to come back.
Girls,
But I will say, when I am home alone, it's kind of like you.
Oh.
I shut it down,
It's
and they
tight
are
shit.
good. They are
it's tight
good.
shit.
They go right to bed, no issues. But when we're
100%.
both home, it's like a fucking bomb went off. And I'm just like, we both dread bedtime when we're both home. But it is just madness.
When Lauren is out of town, it is smooth sailing. Oh, girls, listen.
Yeah, I know.
They find
We know
that
that. We know that. It was like 7 o'clock. We were sitting at Michael's house, just throwing it degenerate bets back and forth. Table tennis,
pong and
darts.
darts. I'm like,
and we're like, dude, come over, like, hang out. Like, the girls are all playing this and that. You're like, no, potato steak to that. And then, like, an hour later, it's like, oh, no, they're going to bed. Like,
we lay
Marcus,
down.
like, you just got up from a nap.
But when Mama's out of town, the girls just come lay in my bed and we just hang out, chill, get a little iPad time. But
Yeah.
you got a little screen. You got
You gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah.
and then we just
Nothing wrong with
that's it.
You'll be judged 100% by everybody else, but who cares?
Hey, fuck y'all. Fuck.
All right. Well, since you kind of shifted out of the sports, I kind of like it. We have some things coming up just as personal stuff. We got a big adult party coming up.
Well,
Who are we celebrating?
I think this is like a combined birthday party for me, Dennis, Lauren.
Dennis,
I'm not even gonna be there. I know, like what? I found out about that afterwards, so I appreciate the gesture.
You were originally like you were supposed to be there.
I did not check my calendar.
I mean, we'll still celebrate you, but you're not going to be there.
Look, we all know boys trips don't get planned. There's zero plan that goes in. So it was like, hey, we've been talking about a golf trip for like a year and a half, 2 years. Finally, one buddy was like, hey, this is what it's gonna cost. All you gotta do is call in, swipe your credit card, and then be there. And I was like, all right, bet. Didn't even check the dates.
Done deal.
And then where are you going again?
Literally 3 days later, Lauren's like, oh, I think you're gonna miss the pool party. And I'm like, fuck.
Where are you going again golfing?
Yeah, it's gonna be shit ton.
We're staying at
I love Myrtle Beach golf.
Barefoot Resorts. Shout out to Barefoot. If you want to give us a little free trip in the future with the Brolay Podcast, we can host one there.
You're gonna have
We're willing to travel to host podcasts.
You're gonna have a good time, but you will be missed because
You will be.
Well, I'll miss you guys. It's always a good time.
the pool party will be.
We might have to just do
By the way,
we got to do a live podcast. Why not just sit around a pool, a whole bunch of shit going on?
You know, it's
Live
gonna
podcast.
be, you know, it's gonna be real.
Call in Dennis.
you got to call me in.
Oh yeah, no, we're
I
definitely
might-
calling you in.
90% going to be a little sauce.
Yeah,
Not 90%.
that
100%.
makes it even better. That makes it even better.
Don't trust any of my picks from that. I'm just saying, but that is not financial advice. That is how to lose your money.
What's even more funny about that
Are you?
is that Tony has to host a birthday party and be
Yeah. I do have to host a.
will not be sober.
Yeah,
Who's one?
Sophia's birthday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the next day, the 18th.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna be hurting, but it's all good. It's all good.
So and me and Amanda have been talking about the pool party, and we're thinking that to gain entry, you have to take a shot.
To the kids' party.
No.
Oh, I'm about to say I will throw up after
The adult.
So the adult party.
The adult party to gain access
Enter through the gate.
to enter to the game.
All right, what kind of shot?
Take a shot.
That's it.
What kind of shot? Because
If it's shot or shotgun.
Warm.
you love
I'm taking a
love
shot.
hot tequila. Not just warm. You love it hot.
I like hot
Put it in the
and
microwave.
real tequila.
Sauce it up a little bit. Hell yeah.
Or your other favorite is just Fireball, which is just
Totally. Fireball is
totally stupid.
It seems like a good idea at the time. You wake up the next day and you're like,
Never.
fuck, Fireball.
To be honest, when you go to try to find a shot, like what shot does sound appealing? They all
Tequila.
Tequila is great.
I mean, not.
All tequila is good.
See, I'm not a real big tequila. I'm not a real big tequila fan, but when we're all together and y'all are taking shots of tequila, I just can't be that guy that doesn't take a shot.
Hey, that
Well, I've
Bonitos
definitely been-
tequila is different.
I've definitely been the guy that takes a shot and I want to throw up right away.
Yeah, he is a ride or die, but
Yeah.
he will bitch about it afterwards.
Yeah.
But too, I feel like you're making somebody take a shot as they come in. It's gotta be painful. Like, it's gotta hurt. We gotta sit down. We gotta sit down.
There's no other choice. I like that.
All right, let me run this idea by you boys because I've been contemplating this for about a week, but I may inevitably not do it just because of the money. It's going to cost a little bit of money. I was thinking about wearing a bunch of mullets.
You just parlay. What do you mean?
Listen, I'm not blowing up parlays.
So you're buying everybody bullets?
I thought about it. So when you walk in, it's like, pick a mullet. And then we just have a fucking mullet.
I like it.
That would be ridiculous.
That would be epic. I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to buy my own mullet, and then I'm just going to be the only one with a mullet.
I might fly back on Saturday for the party and then just fly back out Sunday, get around in, and then just drive back.
That would be
It's literally like an hour.
That would be money well spent.
An hour flight.
Dude, there's nothing better than taking a flight to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, because
It's so easy. You get on the plane, as soon as you go up in there, you come right back down.
the boarding time.
I will never drive to Myrtle Beach again. I will 100% fly.
Well, we're 100% going to drive. I will fly back after the party and then fly back.
I would definitely fly there and back.
Somebody's got to get me to the airport, though.
The only thing is traveling with your clubs is terrible though too.
I would just
when we go down for our guys trip to Myrtle Beach, there's always at least one person that's driving, so we just all throw our clubs in there.
Oh yeah,
And I just get on the plane with my carry-on, and that's it.
yeah, baller status, dude. The only way
That's just smart.
I don't travel with anything less than a carry-on at this point. Like, I got a little duffel bag. I can pack so much shit into that duffel bag.
What about when you travel with Lauren? How many bags do you have?
Ooh, so I got the duffel bag. Doesn't matter if it's 12 days in Italy, no matter where we go. I've got the duffel bag. The girls have 2 bags apiece, and then Laura probably has 3 or 4.
Hold on, girls have 2 bags apiece?
Yeah.
Why?
Like a bag, like a check-in and a carry-on, or just 2 check-ins?
I guess they're technically
Carry-on.
Like a backpack?
No. They have like luggage.
2
So
pieces
2
of luggage per girl.
Yeah.
That's excessive.
Yeah.
What do you?
Lauren,
You were saying for
get your
Italy
shit
though.
together.
Like you're
They
going.
didn't go to Italy.
Okay. No. So then Florida, you're traveling. They travel with 2 bags.
Oh, yeah. If it's 7 days, for sure.
What?
Man, that's
That's a lot. Yeah.
No,
do they use all the clothes
I'm a
already?
fucking Sherpa. Every trip we go on, they're like, oh, fuck yeah, Dad, because I'm usually carrying like a kid or 2, and I've got bags of shit strung all across me. They're like, fuck yeah, Dad,
You're doing
Sherpa.
You're doing
You're like a Sherpa. I'm like, yeah, I'm a Sherpa. I sweat through all my clothes. I'm having a good time. This is fucking awesome. We're having a good time. This fucking $8,000 trip. I'm just having so much fun.
That is so true. Everybody's in the airport like, man, he's such a good dad, and like in your head, you're just like, oh man, we just got to get through this.
Meanwhile,
just got to get through this.
Sleep at 6:30 p.m.
And then you get back to work and everyone's like, oh, you feeling nice and rested and relaxed?
no,
And I'm like,
yes,
yes, I'm so rested and relaxed. I feel so much better after that.
It's crushed today.
So Jacob, you just had some stuff going in your life, huh? What we got? Just had a newborn.
newborn.
How many we got now?
That makes number 3.
Join the club, brother. Dennis is the only one with 2. He was smart.
We don't need to do a
Hey, 3 is a game changer.
IQ test or anything.
3 is a game.
I'm
You're
excited.
kind of right along the lines with me. I got 3 girls. You got 3 boys, so it's the same gender. Michael's got 2 girls and a boy, so he kind of changed up on his last leg, and that was a curveball.
That was a long shot parlay.
How's the baby doing?
It hit.
Yeah.
How's the baby doing now?
Quick too. He's doing good. He's getting big.
Oh, he does.
Already. His actual like delivery date.
It was just the other day, right?
Like the other day.
Yeah.
So he came 3 weeks early, but he was all good. So
I'm sure Cassie was happy.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
dude, he's
I don't know how.
he's borderline 9 pounds.
I don't know how women are pregnant in the summertime. Like when we had our last, she was born in August. I mean, dude, like having the 2 before that in April, and then our last in August. Ashley was completely miserable throughout summer.
Yeah.
And I could
Not
just
even
tell, like
fun.
everything, it was just uncomfortable. At least like when we had the girls in April, she had all winter time. She just wear like bigger, more comfier clothes, and it wasn't hot. Everything was good. But that last one, bro, and during the summer, man, it was miserable.
Well, the irony is Lauren only wanted summer babies. Like, they were planned to be born in the summer. So it was not an option. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
So she already knew what she was in for, though.
I suppose.
You don't really know what you're in for until you're in it.
No, but she was comfortable with being in that position. She wanted someone.
It was not a surprise. It wasn't like, hey, I want to whatever maybe. And
That was not the plan for us this go on.
Yeah,
She definitely wanted it earlier, but
like early, like spring baby, or like winter bid, like beginning of.
I don't know. You'd have to ask her what moon character or whatever.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
have you scheduled your vasectomy yet?
I was about to bring that up. I haven't, but I will be because I am tapping in.
Go.
I am no longer in.
Well, you're tapping
with
out.
anybody.
You're tapping out.
Yeah.
You're tapping
Tapping
in.
out.
You're tapping in.
Tap it out, so you can go in more
There's
without worry.
Yeah.
that was a very smart decision on my end, and I feel like I should have got some kickback from the doctor
100%.
because He's the one that did pretty much all of it. You went to the same doctor or did you go to somebody different?
Dr. V?
No, he's right. He's right.
Yeah. That's it.
I'm telling you, you're not getting any kickback.
I should though.
No,
I sent him so much product. I guess
but you're not getting praise for sending product when you got a princess vasectomy.
There's yes.
Let's talk a little bit.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. There's nothing wrong with that. I will take the.
There's some.
I will. No, there's not.
You gonna call it like
No. Put it this way.
Hey, explain what a princess vasectomy is.
Okay, so a princess vasectomy is essentially you going under while they do the process instead of you just taking a couple pills of Valium or whatever it is.
that Valium was money though.
It was money, but guess what else was money? Me not even knowing what was going on. I went completely unconscious. And I woke up on the table and I felt like a new man.
Yeah, you woke up to a nurse looking at your junk saying, that looks cute.
Well, yes. At that, once they got me back into the room, but when I came all
in order,
it was the funniest thing. So obviously in the line of work that I'm in,
which is
don't really want we're not going to speak on that, but with the line of work I'm in, I'm used to getting my balls busted. I bust everyone else's balls. It's just the nature of the game. All right. So I'm used to it. So when I come off the surgery table, because of princess vasectomy, like I said, you go under the knife, which cool. I woke up and they sat me up and I just slid right over to the bed and they were like, oh, no, we'll help you over. We'll move you up. And I'm like, I got it. Move right over. I remember all this, but I know like I was completely out of it. Got me back to the room. Nurse comes in and she obviously introduced herself, whatnot. And I was like, hey, how you doing? She was like, okay, well, I just, got to pull back, the covers on, and just make sure everything, looks right. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Like, go do what you got to do. Like, I get your job.
That is actually true because that didn't happen when I got mine. So maybe she just was trying to.
No, it's
sneak peek.
Okay. Well, this is a professional level. I know that she was doing her job. She said, let's go pull it back, make sure everything looks right. This and that.
Let me see what he's.
Listen, over on this hall, it's like 4.5, 5.5, 6.5.
So, I have no shame in my game. I don't give a shit. Okay.
Yeah, he's a very man.
And I tell this story to everyone because it's funny as shit. So she pulls back. She said, I got to pull back the cover to make sure everything's good. And I'm like, all right, cool. Do whatever you got to do. Like, I get it. So she pulled back the covers and she's down there. She's like, huh. Like, kind of like gave like a little chuckle. And I was like, kind of like looked up at her. And I was like, huh? She was like,
did she
no. She just did like a little like, huh. Like, it was like I don't even know if it was like a giggle or what. I take it as a giggle. Fuck it. I don't care.
The under was a lot.
So then after that, like, I guess she felt me kind of like look at her because she's still down. She's still down and like checking like the
incision.
What the hell was she? She's checking the packaging. She's checking the packaging.
And so large, she's got to go over it.
So she's examining this thing from the foot of the bed because it's just so huge. So I guess she kind of felt like my presence like look at her, and I wasn't looking like, man, fuck you, you know what I mean? But she kind of like looked up. She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, like I didn't mean that, it was unprofessional of me to say that. I said, listen, it's all good, like I understand, like I'm kind of in the same little realm that you work in, so I get
it was cold down.
So she was like, no, I'm so sorry. She said, it's unprofessional of me. She said, but I got to be honest for a minute. I'm like, all right, go ahead. She's like, I just find it, and I don't know if she said funny. She said, I just find it so funny how they, package these things up. And I'm like looking at her, I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, like, lady, this is not getting any better for you. And she was like, she's like, I just find it, cute, I guess, or whatever, however she explained it. She was like, I just find it so cute how they package these things up. And I'm like, package these things up? I'm like, lady, I just got probably the worst surgery of my life, but I also went under, so I don't remember any of it. So I'm like kind of a bitch too. So I got to take it on the chin. So I'm like, whatever. She's like, after all that, it kind of, not to make it story long or whatever. So she's like, all right, well, do you have anybody here with you to pick you up? I'm like, yeah, my wife's here. She's out in the waiting room. She's like, all right, cool. I'll go get my wife. And again, my wife is used to this because we're in the same sort of field. So my wife comes back, and of course, it's like fucking show and tell at this point. So then the nurse comes in, and she's like, talking to my wife. They're talking all their, professional nurse stuff.
They're giggling.
And she's like, oh, you want to see it? And I'm thinking to myself, like, hold on, wait, what the fuck am I right now? Like, I'm just like this trophy.
I'm fucking aquarium.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, like you said, I feel like I'm in a fucking fish tank right now. I'm just like, oh, look at
it.
Yeah. So she fucking pulls the covers back again, and they're both like fucking giggling. I'm like, yo, this is so fucked up. But you know what? It's comical at the same time, and it just makes for a good story. I tell that story to everybody. So, yes.
That was a long time.
I will say I should, getting back to the original point, I should get some sort of compensation from him because I sent this guy so much work. All of y'all, my brother, 2 other of my friends, everyone has gone to this guy for a goddamn vasectomy. People hit me up to this day. Hey, did you get a vasectomy done? Yeah, man, I got a vasectomy. Who did you go to? Tell them who I went to. They're like, all right, was the dude good? I'm like, yeah, he was fucking great.
That dude is cool.
You know what I mean?
He is cool. I showed up. I met him like twice. Before you know it, he's cut on my nuts.
The last thing he said,
Yeah, I feel like you kind of have to be.
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah, we're going to do a little cut here.
I think the only uncomfortable thing about getting a vasectomy was when you had to come back and bring your jizz in a cup.
Oh, I didn't do it,
dude. When you say you didn't go back,
no, never got it.
When I went back in there, and I'm telling him like, hey, I gotta get my sperm, whatever. I gotta get my sample taken. I make sure that everything's good. And she was like, okay, yeah, just bring it in when you have it. I'm like, all right, well, like, what am I putting in? Like, you gonna give me like a little sterile cup or what? She's like, no, just like put it in a container and just bring it back in. I'm like, bring it in a fucking container? So, like, what do you want me to get? Like one of my goddamn, Pyrex dishes in the fucking house?
Sandwich bag.
So she was like, kind of like, literally, she was like, all right, well, yeah, we can give you something to put in if you have anything. I'm like, no, I don't fucking have anything that's sterile. Like, what the fuck do you want? So anyways, they give me a cup and then you bring it back in, and that's so awkward, like giving it to the front lady, like, oh, here you go. Here's my boys that I never had.
I'm curious back in, did he check in right then and there?
I'm not too sure what I gave it to the lady at the reception, and I want to say it was a long time ago. So I think I gave it to the lady. I came back and they had to run it, and then he went over everything, and then I had to make another appointment. Came in, and that's when he checked me out or whatever, and made sure that all the stitching and everything was right. So
when I went in there and gave him my sample, he said he was going to take it back to his other office the next day. So I'm thinking, I'm like, this guy's just carrying around my sperm the next morning. I don't know. What a wish.
Like, Jacob, look, if you need an extra cup, I got one upstairs.
Probably not gonna need that.
Yeah.
So yes, go get a vasectomy, dude. There is
not against
one thing with a vasectomy, I will say. I don't know if it was. Dude, hey, y'all can bust my balls all you want. My insurance covered it.
No.
All I had to do was pay my deductible, which was like $100 because I was at the hospital. $100.
You had to go to the hospital?
Yeah, you go to the hospital because you got to be put under, bro.
You're wild. Literally, they gave me a value. I think they got to give me 2. When took them, I go in there. 10 minutes later, little snip, little tug.
Nah, bro, you feel that shit. You felt it. Exactly, and I didn't. Who's the fucking smart one?
That's your life.
I didn't feel shit. You felt that motherfucker in your throat.
No.
Bullshit.
No.
You don't feel
bullshit.
No, it was not bad. I put on a podcast. I didn't hear shit. I'm just listening to my podcast. I'm high on Valium. It was great. Fantastic.
Jacob.
It hurt for about 5 seconds, and then it did.
No,
listen.
Good.
If you get the princess vasectomy, cool, bro. I ain't gonna judge you.
You probably should. That way Tony's not alone.
The only time
if you don't, I will gladly be the only one that got the princess vasectomy.
The only time mine hurt, I was like, I had a week and a half, 2 weeks removed, and Michael had a pool party or something, so we're swimming over there.
Oh, you
I walk by, and Jacob fucking hinges and busts a stitch.
Dude.
Other than that,
Jacob fucking, he hit you and like he gave you like a little tipper.
My nuts.
Oh, I thought he gave you like a little tipper.
No. He pinched
My nuts.
So
I do remember. I don't. And right after that, you were like, oh my god, I feel so fucking bad.
Yeah, and I get blood on my underwear because he busted stitch.
I would have been more like, oh my god, I just gripped another man. Like, well, what would you be?
I don't even remember.
Ready to jump?
We don't have to go into that. I don't even remember.
Alcohol is a side effect and doing weird shit.
I will say with the vasectomy, I don't know if it's like this for y'all either, but I feel like once I got it done and I was good to go, I feel like my sex drive between me and my wife went up like through the roof, dude. I feel like we are just like monkeys now.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I feel
Like there's just no care in the world.
it's the same as it was at 15. It's nothing's changed. That's
So it's just been the same for you. You don't feel like you've had any other like urge or anything, like nothing is more of a spark. I feel like it is, man.
Hey, we should change the topic because Jacob is a little backed up right now. We don't need to be talking about it.
You got to blow one off. Hey, be careful. Hey, be careful, bro. Hey, last thing you need is some fucking Irish twins, bro. No, sir.
Yeah.
Be careful. Don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
All right. Well,
to all the family members listening to this, I apologize.
This is not
It's
a
all
kid
good.
show.
It's all good.
This is not a kid show on this part.
We love y'all. Let's move on to the next segment where we give out some winners.
Let's do the Brolay. Let's shift into the Brolay.
Now we're
So one by one, we're going to go around the room. We're all going to give a Brolay play. One of us is going to put the Brolay in. We're going to see what happens. Now, the last Brolay we did, I put it in. I paid for it. So I
gave you $10.
You did? I vote one of you two put it in. I haven't put it in.
What are we doing?
Put it
I got DraftKings though.
All right, so we're doing the Brolay, which, like we explained at the beginning of the podcast, it's going to be a 4-leg, $40 parlay. Each of us are going to throw in $10, which typically we just got tired of sending each other $10 every time, and we just go around the room each time. We put in a $40 bet, and then the next person puts in a $40 bet, and then we hit, and then we're riding on the bank, baby. So
There was a start.
My pick is Matt Chapman plus 2 hits.
and this is for tomorrow.
So
This is for tomorrow, which we're recording right now.
tomorrow,
We're recording right now on Friday the 9th, which this is going to be our Brolay for Saturday the 10th is what we're putting in for. And we will post this screenshot of our parlay to our Instagram and tail it.
Is at
The Brolay
Podcast.
Yep. At the Brolay Podcast.
2 plus assists tomorrow.
Chapman 2 plus.
Who are they playing?
Good pick, Jacob.
Nice pick. He was just going
I got real carried away.
Matt Chapman for 2 hits.
He was what he did.
I'm putting a ridiculous.
what team is he on?
Giants.
San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
What time is the game? One of y'all are pulling it up now, but
I don't want to see the Giants out here for Saturday.
Yeah. All right. I'll go next.
So just text me that.
I'm going to take the Nationals Angels over 9.5 tomorrow.
okay. Yeah.
The key ingredient to that over is Patrick Corbin is the pitcher.
Yes. Yeah. He's struggling.
He's sporting a 5.8 ERA. He loves giving up dingers. The pitcher that the Nats are facing is also over 5 ERA, so that bodes well for the over. And then got Anthony Rendon at Nats Park again. I'm hoping that sparks the offense. And then on top of that, it's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow. This storm, Hurricane Debbie, Tropical Storm Debbie, whatever.
Deborah.
She's going to be out of here tomorrow or tomorrow, and it's going to be a beautiful day of baseball.
So today we didn't get an opportunity to watch the game, kind of watched a little bit of it, but pretty much watched on our phone because we're doing this in the process of it. But the Nationals won 3-2.
Yes, and it went to extras.
Okay, so you're taking 9.5 over 9.5 runs, total runs.
Correct.
Okay.
Again, keyword, Patrick Corbin.
Yeah, and that's fine. The Angels just got off a series with the Yankees, and they were putting up pretty big numbers. But like you said, Patrick Corbin, he does give up a lot of runs. So
Yep. Just text me your picks because I can't put them in right now. I don't see anything.
that's fine.
Well,
I am
Post it on our Instagram. Follow the Instagram. Michael, give me the Instagram.
The Brolay Podcast.
at the Brolay Podcast. All one, no underscores, no nothing. At the Brolay Podcast.
We're up to 100 followers, so it shouldn't pop.
Let's go. Hey, once we posted that ticket and started posting it to our stories and stuff like that, we started gaining all the traction, baby. Let's keep it rolling.
We're pretty much famous.
Yeah. All right. So I am going to take my pick to the Olympics, and I'm going to go with Kevin Durant, 2+ made threes.
Is he
looking?
playing?
Well, of course. He's not. I don't believe they've had him in the starting lineup, but he's had a lot of minutes. I think his average is like at least 20 minutes off the bench. But looking over everything, he's had at least an average of 4 3-pointers every single game, and I feel like 2+ made threes at -192 is a pretty solid bet. And I just personally think that USA men's basketball is just going to come out on top and take the gold. They cannot let the French win at home. We have to come out firing. France hasn't even put up more than 80 points a game or something like that. Like they haven't, and us, USA, we've been putting up over 100 points every single game. So
What are you taking over?
I'm taking Kevin Durant, 2+ made threes.
I like that.
2+ made threes, -192.
I think Katie's going to show up.
I'm going to go with Juan Soto home run. He was robbed the other night of a home run. They've had a couple days off with the storms on the East Coast. I think Juan Soto knocks an easy dinger, 450 feet somewhere to the park.
I really hope that hits because that is such a hard bet. I really hope it does.
What are the odds on that?
Should be plus 300 or give or take.
Somewhere around there. Cool. That should be a little juicy Brolay.
All right, so getting back to it, Jacob's bet was Matt Chapman, 2+ hits.
Yeah, and that's definitely plus money.
Okay, and then Michael took the over 9.5 total runs and the Angels Nationals game.
Yeah.
I'm taking Kevin Durant, 2+ made threes in the gold match. And Dennis is just going for the fucking long shot. Juan Soto with the bomb, baby.
It's not even a long shot. It's going to dash.
I don't think it's that long shot. It's
Home runs are tough, though, dude. They are.
Soto and Judge.
They are. All right, well, that's our pick. We got to be able to put it in so we know what.
I won't post it on Instagram.
So we know what the odds are here. Crazy.
All the play friends are going to be.
All right, so yes, we will post that ticket to our Instagram at the Brolay Podcast tomorrow. We can't pull up the 2 baseball games right now because they're not on there. So once we get that locked in, we will post that. And hey, tail us. Let's go. Let's take this motherfucker to the moon, and ride this one out with your boys.
If you ride it, let us know.
Yeah, tag us in it. Yeah, hey, tag us in it for sure. Tag us in it. Let us know what you think. And then let's go. Let's hit it. I mean,
if you fade it, also tag us.
yeah. If you fade it,
Yeah.
Fades for pussies.
No hard feelings.
All right. So now that we got that in, why don't we discuss the $100 to 10K challenge that we've been talking about? I think you explained it pretty well earlier to us, Michael. So why don't you go ahead and explain what we got?
So basically, what we're going to do is collectively, we're all going to decide every week on one play. And we're going to start out at $100, and we're going to try to ride that to 10K.
First week, it's going to be easy money. We'll just go in, roll our $400 or $500 profit into something else. And we're not going to bet $100 every time. There might be an opportunity where we bet, a parlay for $50 that we feel confident on. Or, we might bet $300, $400 or whatever our profit is that point on something we're very confident on. So the whole objective is just to get to $10,000. We're going to do it.
That's it.
I think we got a real good chance of doing it.
Yeah, easy. I mean, Michael already beat the $100 to $9,000 parlay.
I did.
We reported a podcast. We're not going to release it.
Yeah, that's why he was like, "Oh, sorry guys, I already won it. So why don't we just do it together?"
Yeah, this game's no fun.
Y'all want to do a 10K to 100K challenge and stuff?
Let's just try to get through
It'd be nice if we could collectively win 10K.
Yeah, I love that.
Would anyone want 2,500?
But with this, like you said, we have to come into agreement. But I feel as if we not should be soft right up top, but we have to be smart about this to just keep it going next week. That way we're rolling it right into the next week, taking our profits, rolling it right in. So I feel like if we want to keep this going, instead of us just throwing in $100 and going with a fucking long shot just to win $400 or $500 off the top, like even if we just win $50 to $100 on our bet, roll that into the next week and just keep doing that.
The strategy is to gamble on house money, right?
Yes.
So, if you're starting small, you don't have a whole lot of money to invest, that's fine. Again, the whole objective is this, not to risk more than you can afford to lose. So if you start with $100, you want to make sure you're betting something where you think you have a good chance of getting that money back. And then that way you start to build a bankroll. And then that way, before you know it, you're gambling on house money and not, touching money in your pocket. So that's the whole objective. We don't want to touch the bank accounts. We want to gamble on house money.
Yeah.
Definitely playing on house money. That's what we want to do.
Well,
so when are we starting this? Did we come up with a date on when, like
Football season.
football season?
Yeah.
Okay, so start
The
like
24th.
NFL or college?
both. College.
So we're going to start with college.
Yeah, the 24th. 24th college football kicks off. There's slated 4 or 5 games.
Yes.
Yeah, super excited about that. I can't wait. That's like
I think I just heard stomping upstairs. Are your kids awake? It's 10:30 at night.
they were actually at your house, and Lauren texted me about a half hour ago. I was like, "Hey, can I bring the kids home?" I was like, "Yeah, we're still recording, but it'll be fine." If you have what's that? This is not a professional podcast, so it's just kids. Maybe Lauren, maybe
Just avoided everything that you were saying earlier about you putting your kids in bed by 8 o'clock.
yeah, down there hanging out. It's weekend. It's the weekend.
Hey, can we just talk about these shirts for 1 second?
Oh yeah, we got these sick, bro. They
Solid shirts. Got them quick too.
The only shirt is see-through, so I can see the nipples.
Yeah, I will say that would be. I don't want to make a complaint because this guy hooked us up. I mean, good dude. Michael knows him, but
Give me a shout out.
I think I need a better quality. I'm one of the bigger guys here. Okay, so I don't need a
Is that
see-through
the
shirt.
shirt from ours?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
Y'all got You know that's what happens. That's what happens. Look, I'm used to it, dude. I got the princess vasectomy.
I take got the
I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit for the fucking thin nipple showing shirt. Cool, dude. It's all right.
Shout out EC Sports in Waldorf for hooking us up. 24-hour turnaround on the Brolay Podcast shirts. And yeah, these things are.
Yeah, man. We appreciate the fast turnaround because we definitely wanted something for our first podcast. So we look uniform and get this thing going.
Hey, with that said, there's gonna be merch drops. We've got merch drops planned. We've got hats. We've got shirts.
Got stickers on the way.
We're gonna do the
Stickers on the way.
hoodies. Hunting season is right around the corner, so we might have something for you guys too. We got a big hunter here in Jacob, and I want to go duck hunting this year.
Yeah, I do
get into
too.
it.
I do too. My brother's been trying to take me for a while. I went out one time with him, and it was the best time, dude. Get in there, get in the blind, cooking breakfast, sitting there bullshitting. Way different than being out in the woods and having to sit there and quiet. When you're duck hunting, you can sit around with your boys, talk to shit, fucking cook a bunch of shit,
I'm about
shoot some birds. I'm in.
about that. Let's do it.
With that, giving shout out. I also want to give a shout out to my boy Miguel Casio from OVR 10 Productions. He definitely has been our sound guy.
He's a
from the phone.
He's a beast.
Tech
He's
support.
been helping us out with all the technical stuff. This is, like I said, this is very new to all of us. So just getting this up and running, he definitely has hooked us up. So go ahead and check out OVR 10 Productions. He is the best production company in the country, and I will back that 100%. Check out his work, OVR 10 Productions.
I couldn't have said it better myself. On that note, let's wrap this up. Any final thoughts?
Pray for me, boys. Got a big week next week.
Yeah, man.
Heading out Thursday for a golf trip with the boys, some college buddies. So,
Hit him straight.
we came from the era of the OG Four Locos, so I imagine there's going to be some degenerate behavior. So, just pray that I make it back safely.
We'll miss you at the pool.
Next week's podcast, they're going to be calling me from
Yes, Dennis will be
a distant location.
Dennis will be remote, but we're gonna try to do it anyways, and we can't do it without the foursome. So
Yeah, definitely. All right, so yeah, that wraps up episode number 1
Yep.
of the Brolay Podcast. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. Again, like, comment, share. Follow us on Instagram at the Brolay Podcast. We also have a YouTube channel. It's also at the Brolay Podcast, Michael. That's what we set it up at. We're going to try to set up a Twitter page as well, and then try to get some pics, rapid fire on there, so people can look us up. So give us some time. Again, we're starting this off, and at this time, follow us on Instagram at the Brolay Podcast, and we'll see you then. Ride this baby out.